Hare Krishna. So someone asks if all Hindus, followers of Sanatan Dharma, are supposed to be vegetarian. So they argue that even in earlier times, they find people who were praying, but they were non-veg consumers. So is it that everyone has to be a vegetarian? So let's look at this. What do our Vedas mention? What do the Vedas and the Sanatan Dharma says? The basic principle is of daya or karuna, or having mercy onto all living beings. Dayaya sarva bhutesu, O ma himsat sarva bhutani. One should not cause harm or hurt to any living being. So, but does then Hinduism give a license for eating meat? Yes. Why? Just like a government will give a license for alcohol, selling liquor, smoking, things which are bad, but government gives license to regulate it. Similarly, the Vedas, understanding that everyone has a different pravritti, inclination, and especially people in Kali Yuga and this in this material world in general have inclination for doing sin and wrong things. Understanding if there is no regulation, people will do it unrestrictedly. Just to restrict it, government then gives, or the Vedas then give actually some licensing. So for example, there is a Purana called Devi Purana, which is in the category of the Tamagun Puranas, and there it's mentioned that if someone wants to eat meat, okay, no problem, once a month it's allowed on every Amavasya, which only comes once a month. And that time you can actually have to kill the animal yourself, hunt for the animal, catch the animal, kill it yourself with a very sharp knife, chant a mantra in its ears. The mantra says Mam Saha. Mam means me, Saha means you. In this life I am killing you, in next life you can kill me. Understanding this is the exchange or this is the offer, then the person takes the life of the animal. Okay? So by doing this slowly, if a person does this only 30 days in a month, let's say 29 days the person is a vegetarian and one day he has to eat meat. After a while, if a person is a little intelligent, he'll think, what's the point of all this? It is so cruel, I'm going to suffer for it later. And you have to hunt the animal. It's not you go to a shop and buy for it, right? So modern day eating slaughterhouses, they just hide the cruelty. So in this way, the Vedas allowed people to consume meat. And then the question later asks that states that Hinduism is a free religion. Anyone can approach God in their own way. This is not a true statement. This is what people think. Sanatan Dharma has rules and regulations, has specific goals and approach. It is not a free thinker movement. Anyone can think or approach God in their own way. If that is the case, then someone can just go around killing people and saying, this is my way to approach God, which is wrong. So then the question also says that there are people who live in jungles and etc. Right? Jungles, maybe in tundras and in Siberian areas where there's nothing much to grow and eat. So they have to eat meat. What about that? Well, for that, the Shastra says that these places are actually not inhabitable. For example, in the deserts or in the tundras where it's very cold, right? These places are sinful. They're not meant to be live. And as for the people who live in jungle, well, I can, show you that many of the people who live in the jungle actually eat a lot of tubers, kanda moolam, uh, like potatoes and different fruits and berries. They eat more of this because hunting an animal is not easy. It's not that every day you can easily hunt to get an animal. So the last statement says that we should not force people to become vegetarian. That is true. We never force anyone, right? But the clarity given in Shastras is already there that we should reduce our cruelty, not commit heinous himsa, cruelty to other living beings. That is the essence of Sanatan Dharma. Because how can you love God when we are so envious to other living beings? Killing other animals, killing other living beings means we are envious to it. Let me live, let you die. So, how can we learn to love God and love everyone if we are being so envious to other living beings? So, therefore, are all Hindus supposed to be vegetarian? Well, at least followers of Sanatan Dharma, if they really want to advance towards love of God, they should be at least non-violent, at least in their dietary habits. Does Vedas allow someone to eat? Yes, as a terms of a regulation, a concession, they do, but with very stringent rules. Hare Krishna.